Have you ever read something and just been blown away by how smoothly it flows? Well, the secret isn't some kind of magic. A lot of the time, it comes down to a few small but really mighty words. So today, we're going to unlock the power of conjunctions. These are the tools that will help you build longer, smarter, and way more sophisticated sentences. Let's dive in. Okay, take a look at this. On the left, you've got three simple sentences. The sun set, the stars came out, it was beautiful. Fine, right? But now listen to the one on the right. As the sun set, the stars came out, and it was beautiful. Can you just feel the difference? The second one flows. It paints a picture and it connects the ideas. And it's all because of two tiny words. Now, don't get me wrong, a short, punchy sentence has its place. It can be great for making a point, but when you use them over and over and over again, your writing can start to feel, well, a little robotic. The ideas seem disconnected, and you totally lose that smooth, natural flow that we're all looking for. So, what's the fix for that choppiness? It's the conjunction. Seriously, this is the secret weapon for your writing. Just think of it like glue that holds your ideas together, or maybe a bridge that connects one thought to the next. It's the thing that turns a bunch of separate blocks into one solid, connected idea. All right, so to really get a handle on this, we're going to start with the first set of tools in our writer's toolkit. These are the coordinating conjunctions. They're the most common ones you'll use, and luckily, there's a really easy trick to remember every single one of them. And here is that trick. It's a super simple acronym, FANBOYS. That's it. It stands for the 7 coordinating conjunctions that are basically the backbone of building better sentences. Trust me, once you get fanboys in your head, you are going to see them absolutely everywhere. And here they are. Let's just run through them. For is kind of like a more formal because. And is your classic add-on word. Nor adds another negative. But and yet are like twins. They both show a contrast. Or gives you a choice. And so shows a result. See? Each one has a very specific job to do. And they're all incredibly useful. Now here is the most important rule for using fanboys. It's all about balance. These words are used to join two complete, independent ideas. Think of it this way. The part of the sentence on one side of the fanboys could be its own sentence, and the same goes for the other side. They're grammatical equals, a perfect 50-50 split. Okay, so once you've gotten the hang of connecting equal ideas with fanboys, you're ready to level up. Now we're going to get into a different type of conjunction that lets you create sentences with even more complexity and, well, nuance. And these are called subordinating conjunctions. So, unlike our fanboys, these guys don't connect two equal ideas. Instead, they make one idea dependent on the other. One part of the sentence kind of leans on the main part for its full meaning. And this is awesome because it lets you show really complex relationships, like cause and effect, a certain condition, or a big contrast. Here are some of the heavy hitters you'll be using all the time. Words like because, although, if, and while, they give you the power to add so much more context to your sentences. They show exactly how one idea relates to the other. And this quote from Helen Keller is just a perfect example of how powerful these words are. That word although is doing so much work here. It immediately sets up this big contrast. It acknowledges the suffering in the world, but then it pivots to the much more powerful idea of overcoming it. That one single word completely shapes the meaning and the emotional weight of the whole sentence. Okay, so now we have our two main toolkits, right? We've got the fanboys for joining equal ideas, and we've got our subordinating conjunctions for those dependent ones. So let's actually put them to work. We're going to see step by step how a really simple thought can be transformed into a pretty sophisticated sentence. So we'll begin with a solid, simple idea, a complete thought, an independent clause. The team practiced hard. It's clear, it gets the point across, but it doesn't really tell us much else, does it? All right, level 1, let's add a second, equal idea using one of our fanboys. We add, so they were confident for the game. Boom, we've just connected their hard work to a direct result. Now we have two complete thoughts, nicely linked together. That's a solid improvement. But now, watch what happens when we level up and swap in a subordinating conjunction. Because the team practiced hard, they were confident for the game. Can you feel that shift? The sentence isn't just stating two facts anymore. It's now emphasizing the reason for their confidence. It creates this much more sophisticated cause and effect story all within one single flowing sentence. And this is the real magic of conjunctions. It's not just about making your sentences longer, it's about adding layers of meaning. They build these clear relationships between your ideas, and they transform a bunch of simple statements into a compelling narrative that has flow, logic, and real depth. You see, a single, really well crafted sentence can have the power to tell a whole story. By mastering these tools, you're not just connecting words anymore, you're actually shaping the story itself. So the real question is, what story are you going to tell?